All right. Hello, Liberty. I am here with another 2020 Senior Spotlight. And right now I am here with Gabby Magie. Gabby, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Nothing's really changed.
Nothing's really changed. Well, how have you adjusted to being at home and having to social distance?
Well, it's kind of been a pretty big challenge because I'm normally out doing a lot of things, either like school or sports or like come home and then repeat all over again. It's kind of like driving me a little bit insane sometimes.
I figured that would be your answer. I know you pretty well. How about the schoolwork online? Like, are you adjusting to that part?
Yeah, I kind of like it because it kind of like you could go by your own pace. Like I know with some of my classes, like my math class and stuff, we go online and do our notes that way. So I'm able to like pause and like go back if I have any questions and stuff like that. And it's like sometimes like difficult too if like it's hard to like ask a question right then and there. You would have to like email teacher or something, but like it's still like really helpful. Like everyone's like there for you.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad that you're adjusting, and the rewinding is important because
Yeah.
you have to ask us to rewind in class. Now you can just rewind us without asking, which is kind of
Yeah.
cool. So, Gabby, just tell people a little bit about yourself, and what you like to do in and out of school.
Well, I'm a three-sport athlete. I play soccer, basketball, and softball. So basically, that's how my life consists of. Or I used to like dance last year, then I stopped doing that. So like that was also a big part of my life. So it was basically school, dance, home, repeat, and now it's just like school and sports, and that's pretty much it. That's how like I survive.
Right. And your three sports, which one is your favorite to play?
It's between like basketball and softball. Like basketball, I like played like a lot like all year and stuff like that. And softball, like I'm going to college for softball. So like it's like torn between both. Like I would love to do both in college, but it's like harder to do that.
Yeah, yeah, it's much harder to do two sports in college than
One.
doing more than one in high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just to with softball, what position do you play?
I used to play pitcher and then I retired from that and I went out to outfield. And then last year they needed a spot for first base, and I was like, all right, I'll do it. I played a couple times during modified. It can't be that hard. Um, it was first a huge transition because I was used to being like the slower, like the outfield is a lot more slower and not
Hmm.
as like intensity. But infield is like you have to be on your toes 24/7 and like fast reaction times. And so that's what I'm doing now, and I'm continuing that in college as well.
Yeah. Um, so since you're such a big sports person, and I've been lucky enough to be a part of your sports, uh, from any of them, what's one of your favorite sports memories?
Oh, oh boy. I have a couple. I have one from basketball, and that was probably the home sectionals game last year. That was a big memory that I'll probably take for like the rest of my life. And then last year as well with softball, we were down to elementary school and we were playing O'Neill, and bases were loaded. All I hear is like I step on the batter's box, whatever, and all coach is saying is like, "This is your field." And next thing I know, like I hit a grand slam, bring everyone in, and it was just like a really good feeling. And that's something that I was like, wow,
Yeah, your sports memories will last forever. You know,
definitely.
even though I love math and whatever, I have very few memories of my math classes in high school besides Miss Heffley and Mrs. Grabowski yelling at me. But I remember many, many things in sports. So hold on to those because those will be your favorite years from now, also.
Yeah,
And sectional game was pretty awesome. It didn't matter that we lost, it was an
yeah,
amazing environment and experience for sure.
definitely.
Yeah. So take it back to the classroom for a second. Of all the classes that you have taken at Liberty, which one stands out as your favorite class?
Does gym class count?
Yeah, it's a class for sure.
Probably gym class or I really liked forensics a lot this year. I took forensics and it was like something that I've always been interested in doing. So like it was cool to like find out things and like I watched a lot of like forensic shows. So like while like Miss Pavlak was talking, I was like, oh, I already know what she's talking about.
Oh yeah, I love like Criminal
Something for me
Minds and NCIS and all of them.
definitely.
I'm positive I can solve any crime that there is out there.
Yes.
All right, yeah, gym class always counts. Miss Albert and Mr. V would definitely say gym class counts, and I agree.
Yeah.
Are there any other memories from high school, not sports related, that really stick out in your mind?
Hmm. Probably the color wars this year. That was like something that I was like able to like get onto a lot. Like I took like decided like, hey, let's do like am I doing the skit and whatever. So that was something that I was glad to do because like I brought people together that would never really dance in front of a whole like school and like bring us all together and teach something. We basically did it in like a week.
Yeah.
And that was like a good thing. After that, they were like, wow, like we just did that and we did like really good. And like just like winning all the activities, like I'm pretty sure that was the first time we won dodgeball in like all 4 years of high school. And
If I was a betting person, I would have bet against you guys because you all 3 years you've been awful at dodgeball, and then all
definitely.
of a sudden you were amazing. It was possibly one of my favorite moments of all of Color Wars. Yeah, yeah, but you did a great job. I think that is something that I really love about what you did with the skit is like when you told me who was going to be in it, I was like, really? They're going to dance in front of everybody and be a part of the skit? All right, that's awesome. So whatever you did, you definitely made people feel comfortable. And you must have given them a feeling like they were going to be successful, which is really cool. Because I was very surprised to see some of them out there, but it was really cool. And you guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you started telling us a little bit about your plans for after high school, but tell us more. What are you doing after you graduate?
So I got accepted into Onondaga Community College during around like December, November, around that area. And I got reached out by the athletic coach there for softball. And he was like, hey, I looked at your stats and stuff like that. And it's like, it was very incredible. He was like, would you be willing to come down to the college in a few months to do like a signing? It's like it's like a level D3 college. So you
Yep.
like for it's like recruiting, but you don't get no money or anything.
Right.
But so that was a very like big thing. I was never really interested in doing sports in college, but I was like, hey, if I have a chance, and a lot of people are like, Gabby, you could go far with softball. I'm pretty sure even you said that at like one point.
Yeah, yeah, you had a great season last season. I remember watching your stats because Mr. Phillips puts a lot of stats online, and I
Yeah,
remember watching your stats and being like, I had no idea Gabby was that
yeah,
good at softball. Like I knew that you were a decent athlete, but I had never heard like, oh, Gabby's a great softball player, and then
yeah.
you killed it last year.
Yeah, so like that was a very eye opener. So when I got that opportunity, I was like, yeah, of course, like I'll take it. But I'm planning on also my major for criminal justice because that's something that I've always been very big into since I was like even little. So
Cool. So you talked about watching these crime shows or whatever. What's your favorite crime show to watch, Gabby?
oh, probably Criminal Minds is pretty good, and I like NCIS. That's also a really good show. It's kind of scary, but sometimes I'd be looking at them. I'm like, is it really that hard to get away with murder? But like, I'm never gonna like do anything. I was like, I'm pretty sure if I could get away with it, but I'm not gonna try.
Yeah, yeah. My Summer watches all of the criminal
Yeah,
shows, every single one, and I'm convinced, like, if I ever go missing, you guys are gonna have a real hard time finding me.
yeah.
So I hope she's in the same boat as you and is never gonna commit a crime that she gets away with.
Right.
Very good. So, last part, what would you want to say to the people at Liberty, your teachers, your friends, even your family?
I would probably say like live every day like it's your last kind of because you never know like what's gonna happen. Like it could be a normal day one day, and the next, hey, we're all stuck at home. So just like make every day like the best as you can. Like there's no regrets in the end. But throughout all 4 years of high school, like I'm thankful for everyone that's like pushed me through it. And even when I'm stubborn sometimes, like I was still they were still there for me and I was able to do what I had to do.
Yeah, yeah, very good. Yeah, life is unpredictable, as we have found out very quickly here
Yeah.
during your senior year. Is there anything else that you'd like to say?
No, just thank you for everyone, like I said before, like got me through these years and yeah.
Yeah, awesome. All right, Gabby. Well, thank you very much for being a part of this with me.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. And everybody else, I will see you soon for another 2020 student senior spotlight.